When Rush announced last week that they will be reuniting in the summer of 2026 for a tour of North America, I was absolutely ecstatic. Even though no European dates were announced, I was still hopeful that I could get a ticket or that they would come to Europe at some point, but the chance of me seeing Rush live was still a possibility. You see, I've been a Rush fan for a long time. However, they've only ever played Ireland once, back in 2010 in the 3 Arena, and unfortunately I didn't go to that gig for the simple reason that none of my mates were into Rush. I know, a bad choice at the time. Funnily enough, following that gig, I got massively into Rush, started listening to their whole back catalogue and got really into the band. So needless to say, when they announced they were reuniting, I couldn't believe it. So like all the Rush fans all over the world, I registered for pre-sale. And with the pre-sale, you had an option of selecting which cities and which dates you preferred. You had the option to select 4 dates from the entire tour. So I decided to hedge my bets and pick 2 nights in Madison Square Garden in New York and 2 nights in Chicago, Illinois. And I was hoping I would get at least a ticket to one of those gigs. So I received a confirmation email and everything seemed to be going well. I logged on before the start time. I joined the queue and initially there was 9,700 people ahead of me in the queue. So after about 28 minutes of waiting, eventually I got a chance to pick my tickets. Now at this stage, there were not many tickets available. There were some VIP tickets available which were way over $1,000, some of them even extending to over $2,000. But I managed to click on a ticket, a single seat in the lower bowl, and it was a whopping $843. On top of that, there were fees of $151.75. So I really had to think about it. Are Rush worth paying this much money? Of course, I live in Ireland. I would then have to organise flights and hotels to get over to the States to see these shows. So was it really worth it? So after thinking about it for a couple of seconds, I decided yes, it was worth it and I was going to proceed with the purchase. I put in my card details, I put in my name and address and I clicked proceed. But unfortunately I was getting errors and I thought it was down to the card. So I tried to use a different card, but that wouldn't work. Then I tried PayPal. That wouldn't work. And finally, last roll of the dice, I used Apple Pay. But for some reason it wouldn't let me select a ticket. There were loads of errors popping up on the screen, but the most common one seemed to have been that the postal address that I was using was incorrect. So then I wondered, was there some restriction in the US in relation to buying tickets for US shows? So a quick search on Google confirmed that yes, you must have a US address linked to your Ticketmaster account in order to buy tickets in the US. And this was a new one on me. So I had already selected my 4 cities for my pre-sale. I had 2 nights in Chicago selected and 2 nights in New York selected, and I didn't have an option to change them now, obviously. So out of curiosity, I just searched, is it possible to buy tickets in Canada with an international address on your Ticketmaster account? And from what I'm reading, it is actually possible. So the Chicago tickets went on sale next, and again I joined the queue for Chicago, but about halfway through I just decided I'm probably going to have the same issues again, and actually it ended up kicking me out of the queue, so I didn't have that issue, so I didn't have to wait around to find out the bad news. So all in all, it seems that I did receive the pre-sale links. I was able to get through to select tickets, but I wasn't able to purchase them. Unfortunately, I wasted my 4 dates that were in New York and Chicago, which I can't buy tickets for. So my only hope to get Rush tickets for this North American tour now is one of the dates in Toronto. And because I've already used up my pre-sale links, my only option is to try general sale on Friday morning for Toronto. Now the good news is, because of the demand for tickets, Rush have announced that they're actually adding extra dates to all these cities, including 2 extra dates at Toronto. So instead of 2 dates at Toronto, it's now 4 dates. So I am hoping that I'll be able to pick up tickets for Toronto on Friday. So let me know in the comments below, how did you fare out with getting tickets for Rush? Did you sign up for the pre-sale link? And if you did, let me know in the comments below how you got on. Did you secure your tickets? I would love to hear from some of the Rush fans out there. If you didn't get tickets and you're still thinking of getting tickets on general sale, let me know in the comments below what cities you're planning to go and see Rush on. Also, what do you think about the price? I do think it's very expensive for what we're getting here. At the end of the day, it is probably the last time we'll see Rush play live, and for me, living in Europe, I'm not sure if they'll come this far as a part of this tour or a follow-on tour. So I'm hoping I can pick up tickets to Toronto, and I'm hoping I can get to one of those shows. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you could also subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.